So here we are, the 29th of October 2024. The cows are cowing. This is coming to the end of an era here for me because of a certain number of events. This is a totally unscripted. I'm just coming to talk from my heart. I can't zoom in or out of this mode either, so we'll just have to put the camera as far away from me as possible. So this is something from the heart to you, Rodney Lee. Yeah, you've had me charged with assault. And you have the opportunity to totally ruin my life if that's what you'd like to do. I understand that, but you've already done that. Now, you already had the opportunity to not ruin my life in the first place by not being a participant in the theft of my caravan and that all of it that I had stored in it. And there was also multiple stuff around my shipping container. All of it was stored under secure, reinforced tarps. That is what made it so difficult for me to remove my goods in the first and last place. Might be getting some visitors now. We'll see what happens. This could be interesting. It's just the police went past, which is quite interesting. So you had multiple opportunities to contact me, which you did. We contacted each other. You were my landlord. Okay? We've established that. I've interviewed you multiple times when you were here on my property. I never once went onto yours to interview you until the time of the incident where it turns out my shove was a little bit too hard and you've charged me with assault, and I will plead guilty to that. I absolutely will, because I am guilty. But what you are standing in the way of is the way of truth, the law of God. The law of God says, thou shalt not steal. And it also says that thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbour. Now you have been complicit in the theft because you know you were the one, the sole person, as far as I'm concerned, who had the key to the gate where I had left my securely locked caravan and shipping container, and you were the one in between myself and Alan Bartlett, the motorcycle bandit from Alice Springs, who owned the property. You were the one who were negotiating between myself and him to sell my shipping container. And every time when I approached you to say, has he come back with a counter offer yet for my shipping container, you failed. You failed yourself, you failed the Lord, and you failed me. You failed everybody. You failed because all you could do was look down your feet. No, he hasn't got an offer yet. And so, to my impression, all I can understand is, oh, well, he's still in Alice Springs. There's no rush. We'll sort it out eventually. And eventually, when it comes down to it, when I go to get my caravan, it's gone. So you were the one who had the key to the lock gate. You. There was no Peter Marshall. You can throw him under the bus as much as you like, and that's upon you and him. But between you and me, there was you and me, and you had the gate. You had the key to that locked gate. And the only way I could get through was through you. And I did my best to remove as much stuff as I could. I ran out of time. I had personal health issues. I had every intention of going back for it, but I heard no urgent rush to go and get it because you, the one in between, didn't let me know. Alan Bartlett never let me know. He has my phone number. He has my email. He has all my contacts. He never once let me know he wants the stuff removed. And so when the police go and interview him and ask him specifically, he tells them that Ross, me, I owe him money. I didn't owe him shit. We never had any signed agreement whatsoever, other than the fact that he told me that I could stay on that property for good at $50 a week, which I paid to you through cash multiple times, despite what you say. And Alan got upset with me because I do it through his bank account. Don't do it that way. Do it through cash through my agent, Rodney Lee, because he doesn't want to be busted by Centrelink. So you're all complicit in crimes against the state, against God, and against me. And I am the earthly representative of myself, nobody else. So you want to steal my shit? Fine. I will come back to you. And if you try and deny it and you say it was somebody else, and I ask you who it was, and you refuse to give me an answer, that's as good as a lie, because you know. You know, you can't just say, I always tell the truth. I pressed you and pressed you and pressed you for the truth. And what did you say? It wasn't me. I already know that, Rodney Lee. I know. So who the fuck stole my caravan? You were the one who had the key to the gate. So you are the thief. And in God's eyes, you are guilty. So if you want to go to court and contest the fact that I lost my shit and I hit you in the face, yeah, I did that. I fucking did that. Because I'm sick to shit of the police who I keep requesting to get answers for what happened to my stuff. And you all just have each other's backs. You all lie and protect one another. Yeah, I'm guilty. But you know what? At the same time, I never touched you. I slapped your phone out of your hand. Yes, guilty. I slapped it out of your hand. It got a crack. But when it came to actually hitting you, I never touched you. And that's what you have to come to terms with, because yes, I'm going to have to plead guilty because it came from my vicinity. But that was not me. That was the hand of God. The hand of God reached through me and struck you. And look, not even a mark on my hands. Those little scratches down on my fingers, they're from paper cuts. I didn't even touch you. And that was the first thing that struck me when it happened, is like, why the hell didn't I feel a thing come out of my hand? It's the hand of God. And that is going to follow you for the rest of your life. I think you are a reasonably decent man, even though you stammer and lie to protect your friends. I think deep down inside you're a good man. And I would never, ever strike a good man. But the hand of God will strike a liar if you're going to lie to his face. And I believe that's what happened. Because I'm not one to strike somebody. No matter how angry I am, no matter how much I want to, no matter how much you've stolen from me, I will sort it out in the court of law. So, if you want to testify and say you are not guilty in the theft of my possessions, then that will be upon your soul forever. I don't want to damn you to hell, but you are entitled to damn yourself to hell if that's what you want to do. You know I'm a good man. You know I wouldn't hurt a soul. And you know I wouldn't steal anything from anybody. That if I borrowed, I couldn't return. You know, like, that happens sometimes. I even told you, if it was anything of Alan's that I might have had to accidentally used and brought here. But that's nothing. A fucking rake or a watering can compared to an $8,000 shipping container and a $7,500 caravan, plus all the rest of that shit. You think it's just okay to steal that in compensation for this bloke living on a piece of fucking swamp in Korakai? You think that's worth spending eternity in hell? You want to look into your soul, Rodney Lee. You want to look right into your soul. Because you got what you deserved, and far less, but you will get far, far more. I promise you. You want to think twice. You want to look deep within and think to yourself, hey, what did I ever do to you? What did I do? But you and Alan decided to conspire to steal all my stuff. Meanwhile, I'm paying half my fucking salary to live here in your tin shed. It's a fucking tin shed in the middle of fucking nowhere across the road from a cemetery. A cemetery full of dead people. It's where we're all going to end up someday. So why the fuck would you fuck with the living and allow people to steal their stuff? You were the one holding the key to that gate. You were the one who's guilty. You copped a little pop to the face. And it wasn't even for my hand. It wasn't even for my hand, but of course because I'm the one they're filming it. Obviously I'm the one that's guilty of doing it. And you know what? I'll stand behind that. The only thing I'm regretful about is that when I put my phone away and you shaped up at me, is that you're too gutless to keep on going. You're a weasel and a coward, and you know it. But at least you can be honest and admit your participation in the theft of my belongings when you were the one between me and them, and you were the one who could have come and told me, Alan's going to sell it unless you come and get it now. Alan was too gutless to contact me. He never contacted me once. And yet, as a landlord, that was exactly what he's, by law, expected to do. He has to come and tell me. He has to try and make contact. And the easiest conduit of that contact was you, Rodney Lee. Was you. You were the only one between me and him who could have made that possible. Or Alan could have used my phone, my email, my text, sent a letter to my address. He knew all those things as well. But the easiest one was you. And you allowed it to happen. You had the key to that property. And that caravan was not an easy thing to steal. That's why, one of the reasons why I didn't pick it up that Christmas when I had the opportunity to, because there was so many star pickets stuck in the ground all around it. And when the gout got stuck into my foot, I ran out of energy. It was too hot. I ran out of time. I had to go back to work. There was multiple reasons why I couldn't get it, but there's no reason why I wouldn't get it if I was told to come and get it. So, you want to think deep and hard. If you want to go to court and testify against me, against the hand of the Lord, against all that is true and correct, then I think you want to look deep into your soul and think about where you want to be for all eternity. Because I know I'm on the side of right. I would never, ever steal from a friend or even an enemy for that matter. I've got no reason to. I don't know what you were thinking. You were coerced by a criminal bikie from Alice Springs called Alan Bartlett, who has coerced you into doing something you wouldn't do otherwise. And I think you want to think twice about where you want to spend eternity by how you testify. You want to stand up for the truth, and you know the truth. You know the truth. I know you know the truth. Think twice, mate, because this is your last chance. Only chance in this world is to be honest. Stand up for the truth. Because that's all I ever do. And that's all I ever will do. And I'm sorry that I had to hit you. But it wasn't me. It came from the energy within me. But I did not hit you. You were struck by the hand of God. And next time, I'm sure he'll be more forgiving.